Okay.
Let me introduce my chief of cabinet, and
Mr. Karayanis is the deputy minister, and Mr. Pateras, chief transparency, which is I think, and European Union structure funds.
Ms. Belinda Balluku, thank you for this interview to Euronews Greek. Could you share with us the purpose of your visit in Athens and the result of your meetings here?
so thank you very much for having me today. I much appreciate your channel and the way how you are treating all the news. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here. Well, the purpose of the visit in Greece was the meeting with the two ministers, the Minister of Energy and Environment and the Minister of Infrastructure and Transport. And we had a great day and fruitful meetings.
Any news coming out of those?
Well, regarding our plans and strategy for the future in the infrastructure, we have decided today with the Minister Karamanlis to have as soon as possible an MOU signed, maybe in Tirana, I hope, regarding a common project for railways, which is an old project, but now it's in time to be in the maturity moment and to start and to apply this project, which is an important project that meets the policies of European Union. First of all, it's part of the green agenda, and the second, it's a way of feasible transportation for all the citizens of both countries. So with the focus on railways, we have decided today to start with a cooperation regarding the technical assistance and to see this project as an integrated project, a cross-border project between our two countries.
And we are talking about connecting which parts of the two countries?
So we are talking about to connect Pogradec, which is the eastern side of Albania, with an exit point in Yeropigi, close to exit point of Kristallopigi, and the connection will be in Kastoria.
Okay, and I think you have also talked about the Blue Corridor.
Yes, it's true. Blue Corridor is a high priority of Albanian government. We have started the procedure for this project, pan-European one, during March 2020, just a few days before pandemic start. So for the reason of pandemic, we have stopped in that time, and now we are ready. But the good news today that I took from Minister Karamanlis was that Greece is ready to start too. So both countries will launch the procedure for tenders, and we will be soon very ready to start site construction in both sides. Of course, in the future we hope very much, because if we want this project to make sense, we will have the necessity to be connected with Montenegro too. So we will hope that the government of Montenegro will put this project in high priority agenda in the future. And in my knowledge, the Croatian side, they are doing a good job from 2 years now, and they are very close to deliver.
Okay, let's go on the energy field now. You talked with the Greek Minister of Energy about exchanging extra energy produced in both countries.
So let me tell you something. First of all, I appreciate very much this relation with my colleague here in Greece, and we have a very fruitful talk and long talk today, not only in political level but in technical too, because both teams were there in the table. And we have decided to start and to see all the ways to cooperate together. This is a very difficult moment, a challenge moment for the energy worldwide. we are facing prices that never have been applied before. And what is more concerning right now is that this situation seems to be there for a long time in the future too. And that's why we are trying to find the best way to find solution that can be smart and applicable in the future. So what we have discussed today, of course, this is something to be seen from our teams in the future and to be analyzed in a very serious mode. But of course, we have discussed how we can find a way to support each other through exchanging energy or buying through long-term contracts, so to catch how much possible low prices. And of course, this is something that will reflect to householders and to all businesses that are using the electrical energy. So this is a project for the future. We took the engagement today to do our best and to be very deep into this project, and our teams will be very soon in the table to discuss about details.
Okay. According to Albania's National Plan for Energy and Climate, more than 50% of the final demand of energy by 2030 should come from renewables, right?
So,
how do you plan to achieve this goal?
Let me state proudly that Albania is one of the few countries, maybe the only one. I really don't have this information, but of course I have this information for my country, that it's producing 100% renewable energy. We are producing our energy through hydro plants, and of course, based on the strategy that we are applying right now, we are working very hard on diversification of sources. And the last 3 years we have done a lot of action that can be called valuable for the future, because now we are investing in PV parks, so photovoltaic parks, and on the production of aeolic energy through windmills. We were been discussing today with my colleague and with my team about this. So Albania is producing more than 60 to 70% of the local demand, and we are buying from the import the other 30%. So we already have matched the requirements of 2030. What is challenging right now for us is that the renewable is the energy of the future, and we already have it. But to the other hand, we should understand that dependency for the weather, from the weather, it's there. And this is very much notable through the hydro plants in our case, because every time that we have dry years, we are suffering and we are buying in the import. But the same, it's with the aeolic production or with photovoltaic.
Europe has learned this lesson the hard way with this current energy crisis. Is there a solution to this problem, you believe?
So, first of all, the crisis, it's not only about the price, the high price. Today, the problem that we are facing is the shortage of the energy. This is the big problem that we have. And of course, to create a diversified portfolio of sources of energy is very much needed right now. We have understand that it's not possible to have just a source, as is the case of Albania, just hydro plant production, or the case that we have seen in the North Sea. So this year, the production of windmills have been 50% less, because the wind have been slower 50% than the last 20 years. So the diversification of sources is the solution. But of course, something that we have discussed today with my colleague was the great project of storage, that Greece have started to invest on that. And this will be a great experience to be applied in Albania too. And we took the engagement of the Greek team that they will support us with technical assistance.
So during this whole process, which are your main international partners? So for example, we read that you received Chinese backing for a hydropower plant that is designed to be built in Shala River, right?
So without making any comment about the Chinese investment in Albania, which are zero, by the way, we are not so much attached to the Chinese investment. We prefer to have European investment in Albania. And regarding Shala River, I will make just an intervention out of my portfolio, which is the tourism. Albania, it's a touristic country. It's like Greece. We have based a very important part of economy or economic growth on tourism. So we are very sensitive on this. And maybe you have heard about the story of Vjosa River, which is the last wild river in Europe, and the government is very much engaged to protect that river. And by the way, Shala, it's one of the most beautiful rivers in Europe. And we have invested on infrastructure for tourism there, so no hydro plant will be built in that river, for sure.
Good, thank you for that. And I would like to close this interview with a question on a social subject. Albania is a Muslim majority country, yet your government has a very strong presence of women. What is the message you send about women's place in Muslim communities?
So let me tell you that Albania is one country that should be a case study about the harmony that the people used to live. We have families that are married through Catholics or Orthodox and Muslims. And we are a very open-minded country, and we never classify the people on belief, if they are Muslim or if they are Orthodox or Christian. So the fact that women are empowered in Albania, it's an old story. From the moment that Edi Rama used to be mayor on Tirana, capital city, I used to work with him, and in municipality, if I'm not wrong, we used to be around 1,700 employees and more than 80% women. So he always have believed that we can deliver much more than men. I'm just kidding, but I believe that in our system everything is based on meritocracy. So it doesn't matter if you are a woman or a man, important is to deliver. Albania is a young democracy. And we have lost a lot of time during communism, we have lost a lot of time during transition, so we don't have any time to lose anymore. And now it's important to work and to deliver as fast possible for our people, for our country.
Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για αυτή τη συνέντευξη.
Ευχαριστώ και εγώ.